good, and in that goodness we have joy, unstoppable joy, and in joy we can rejoice. It's easy to have joy and rejoice when things are going good, but we can also rejoice when things aren't going so good. There's many examples in the Bible where, people had afflictions and had to go through things and stuff, but God gave them joy, even through it, while they were going through it and everything. And after they come through it, they were able to rejoice. And I knew I would do this, I'll lose my place. The okay, sorry. We need that kind of faith now. There's so much going on with all of us as Christians, right now, because the devil knows he's only got a short while. He's attacking all of us, but no matter how much he tries to attack, we can have joy knowing that God is with us, and he will not maybe, but he will bring us through the circumstances that we're going through. The devil tries to make us believe a lot of times that we're the only one going through something, and he attacks our minds that way, and then you get to talking with ladies and others and stuff, and you find out that you're not the only one, and everybody has trials and stuff, but you find out that, through that, there's a lot of times, that you're going through the same circumstances, or you've already been through that circumstance, and stuff. And when you've been through it, and you come out the other side, you have that joy, and then in that joy, you're able to rejoice. And it might be, soon after, or it might be years later, but, you are able to help somebody else, to come through their circumstance and find that joy that you had, and they're able to rejoice as well, and so, as Christians, we're supposed to be that for each other, we're supposed to encourage one another and everything, and that way, they can rejoice in their storm also. Psalms 30:5, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. I'm going to try to read this so I don't leave anything out. A lot of you know me and know my circumstances. I was diagnosed with RA, rheumatoid arthritis, when I was about 24. It started when I was 21, but at my age, they thought I'd injured myself. And so I had 3 knee surgeries, 2 scopes. The last one, they cut my knee all the way open, and some of the fluid had jellied up into a ball of gel, and they took that out and ran tests on it and found out that it was RA. My knee would swell, really bad, and it got to the point where when they would drain it, it would be like a whole tub just full of fluid, and so it would be so much pressure on there, it would just hurt. And my boys were little at that time, they ran tests and found out that it was the RA. Well, during all of that, it spread like wildfire. I ended up, my little chart on my, little skeleton on my chart, just about every joint is circled with arthritis in it. But, and I was getting really bad. It got to where I couldn't hardly walk. My husband had to help me in and out of bed. I couldn't brush my own hair, and then I got in with the Kirkland Clinic, and they got me on some things that got me going again and stuff. But there was many nights when I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, I couldn't lay, just pain, and all I could do was cry and pray. I mean, literally all night long. Anybody that has this, that the nighttime is the worst, and everything. But morning came, and there was joy. And as the pain released, and I was able to get some rest, and I was able to rejoice because I know it was God. I don't take pain medicines and stuff, and everything. So I know it wasn't anything like that. It was God that brought me through this. And I tell a lot of people when I give my testimony on that, that I tell them, I say, I guess God just wanted me to spend the whole night with Him that night, but even through like pains and afflictions and things like that, when at the time you think, Lord, I can't take anymore, but He always gives you the strength to be able to make it through. God has brought me and my husband through a lot of stuff in our almost 36 years of marriage. We've been through a lot. When we do share with others all of the many, many things that God has done for us, we have joy in sharing that. There's joy in telling others what God has done for you. And then we're able to rejoice with them, and let them know that, there's hope, that God is the answer, And John 15:11, these things I have spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. That His joy might remain in us, and that our joy might be full. If His joy is in us, our joy is going to be full. When we share our testimonies with others, His joy does remain with us, because we get that joy of letting people know that there's hope, that He's never let me and my husband never. He's always brought us through everything. And Psalms 119:14, I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimonies as much as in all riches. Our testimonies are greater than all riches. We're supposed to share our testimonies. So when we are going through things in our lives at that time, it may be hard and we might not understand it. There's a lot of times we went through things and we're like, well, why are we going through this? But then you get to the other side, and like I said before, you're able to help somebody, and then you're like, okay, Lord, I understand now. But when we come through the other side, we're supposed to share our testimonies. Why? Because they are greater than all riches. So in knowing how great they are, that gives us joy. And as we share, we might be making a difference in someone's life, and through that we can rejoice. I have a poem. I love doing poems. So I have a little poem here. The name of it is Scatter Joy and Laughter. I just wanted to read it really quick. Scatter a little joy and laughter along the journey way. Let Jesus' love shine through, brightened up someone's day. Reach out helping hands when a tear begins to fall. Cheer them up and wipe the tears away. Make them feel they're 10 feet tall. Lend to them a listening ear. Let them know you care. Give them a shoulder to lean upon. Lighten the heavy load they bear. So when the day has ended, you scattered a little joy and laughter. Then be glad in being to someone a comfort and uplifter. Chase away today somebody's blues. May Jesus' love light shine through. Leave a mark of beauty behind. Share God's love in you. I just thought that little poem might be fitting with this. If I leave anything with you today, I just want you to remember to, even though you might be going through a hard time or something, the Lord is there with you. The Footprints poem has always been one of my most favorite poems. And, that really does show that, when you think you might be alone, God's with you. He's carrying you through that circumstance and that situation. And then, through that, we can help each other. We can be there for each other. We can share and just let others know, I'm here for you. And if you need anything, you've got sisters to lean on, you've got, other church members to lean on and stuff that will help you along your way.